25 fun facts that will make you look at everyday things differently. Okay, how in the hell? Okay, let's see what they're working with.
It was a thing, and they didn't suck. Everyday things seem boring, but they can actually be fun. And some of them are pretty freaky. From
Okay, goddamn. Oh, you need to cut. Hold on, player. No, you're not finna slide, player. God.
can actually be fun. And some of them are
Oh
pretty
yeah, that boy got nap caps in his shit. God damn, bro. Okay. It's okay though. You're good though, boss man.
freaky.
Fire.
From lobsters being the cockroaches of the sea to vegetables not existing, prepare to see everyday stuff in a whole new light. I'm Mike with List 25, and here are 25 fun facts that'll make you look at everyday things differently. 25. Vegetables do not exist.
Okay.
That's great news, right?
Okay, wait. Yeah, get this. What the fuck you mean vegetables don't exist? The fuck you talking about? What? What, bro?
So if vegetables don't exist, what have you been shoveling down our necks all these years?
Okay.
The thing is, veggies are definitely real, but it's the description of them which is non-existent. Botanists, or plant people, don't have an official definition, so they don't exist in scientific terms. We just call them vegetables so we know what we're putting in our mouths. Broccoli is the worst. And celery. Celery sucks.
Okay, you said a whole bunch of... So, nigga, they don't have a scientific term, so they don't exist? Yo, get this nigga off air. Who the fuck hired this motherfucker? Who hired this man? Yo, chat. Who hired this young man, bro? Who?
Cucumbers suck too. I love pickles. 24. Freshwater drowning versus saltwater drowning.
Okay.
You're more likely to drown in a big salty ocean than a smaller fresh flowing stream, right? Wrong. A staggering 90% of drownings happen more inland. In fact, it's healthier to swallow salt water than fresh water in a life-threatening situation.
What?
23.
Okay.
Figs are full of dead wasps. Ah, figs. So delicious. So succulent. So
Okay.
stingy? I had no idea about this fact. Wasps lay their eggs in fig flowers. When you open a box of figs, chances are there's a secret ingredient you never knew about. Wasp DNA.
Wait, what?
That gives me a buzz in the entirely wrong way. And the main thing that...
Wait, so we eat wasp's nut out of their wee every time we munch on that motherfucker? Oh my gosh. Yo, that is insane. That is insane, bro. Like, wasp's nut. That is fire.
No, is not to panic because the figs you get in stores are mostly wasp-free.
Okay.
Mostly. 22. Innate fears. Here's a frightening fact. We have 2 innate fears.
Okay, what is
Now,
it?
innate means something we're born with, by the way.
Talk to me.
We're born with a natural fear of loud noises and falling over. 2 innate fears isn't so bad. Unfortunately, when we go through life, we pick up a whole bunch of new fears.
Okay.
Just because they're not innate doesn't make them less scary.
Okay,
21.
that's okay.
Squirrel power. A squirrel
See, what the fuck?
may look harmless, but this little critter caused mayhem in Montana in 20...
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I ain't never seen no squirrel like this. He got horns on his... Yeah, this nigga's a threat. What the hell? Yeah, don't get within 10 feet of this motherfucker. He look like he will bite your shit. He run that whole block. He run the whole forest, chat. I ain't never seen no squirrel like this, bro. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. This is crazy, though. This is crazy.
23. Approximately 15,000 people sweltered in the heat thanks to squirrels interfering with the power supply. They snuck into the substation and caused 3 serious power outages. New Jersey also had a power issue when a bird dropped a fish onto a transformer just weeks earlier.
What?
Squirrels are known for being bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. This especially applies when they've been electrocuted. Wow, that was dark.
That is crazy.
I do not wish harm upon squirrels, or any living being for that matter.
Oh, okay.
That was... wow. Wasn't expecting that.
Okay.
20. Kangaroo words. Time for some wordplay with an Aussie flavor. A synonym is basically a word that's super close in meaning to another word. So a synonym of list is record.
Okay.
Meanwhile, a kangaroo word is a word that contains a synonym. Like a 2-for-1 type deal. Example.
The fuck? Wait, what the hell you mean two? Bro,
Examples include
what?
encourage, which contains the word urge, and rambunctious, which contains raucous.
Okay.
Have you guessed why they're called kangaroo words? That's because one carries the other, which you can compare to a kangaroo with a baby joey in its pouch.
Okay.
19.
What the fuck?
Lego potty.
Yo, see, bro. What the fuck, bro? I ain't gonna lie. I'm like cringing from this video. What the fuck is a Lego potty? So we're pissing in Lego tubs. We're pissing in Lego sets. We're pissing in 25 pieces of Lego sets, bro. Come on, bro.
Maybe you swallowed a Lego brick as a kid. Maybe you did it as an adult, though that sounds pretty strange. Or does it? In a 2018 study, scientists decided to see how long it would take for a plastic brick to travel through the human digestive system. Okay. The average journey turned out to be 1.71 days.
Wow.
So, now you know. 18. Navy Xboxes. War is a game, they say.
Okay.
Do they?
They said 10 pauses, 3 minutes. Okay, my bad. I need to work on that.
That's certainly true in the case of the U.S. Navy.
My bad.
They used Xbox controllers as part of a submarine operation back in 2017. A photonic mast was controlled using the iconic entertainment system's hardware, meaning the crew could see where they were going and such. It also came in handy when the sub was chased by a deathclaw.
That's how, like, chat, I don't even know why, like, cause chat, y'all remember the submarine situation where they had, like, the 10 people on side? I don't know why the fuck y'all went on there with a motherfucker doing controllers. I'm saying that motherfucker pressed the home button and self-destructed. Like, bro, y'all should never trust that, chat. Be honestly. I'm not even trolling, like, you know what I'm saying, rest in peace to them, but, like, bro, I would not trust a fucking controller. That is insane.
Trying too hard
That's insane,
here.
chat. I'm not gonna lie.
17. Not so cold cuts. Cold cuts are supposed to be cold. That's why they call them cold cuts. But if you happen to be a pregnant woman, or you're getting on in your years, official advice says you should heat them up. 165 degrees plus is what you need to look for when warming that savory treat. There's a link made between processed meat and the listeria bug, which kills over 250 people every year in the US. If you have a weakened immune system, it's super important to do this. 16. The origins of McDonald's drive-thru. The drive-thru is the fastest and most efficient way to grab a tasty burger.
Okay.
Unless you're me, I have zero luck at fast food restaurants, or restaurants in general. Literally just today, they forgot my sandwich. No wonder it started off as a military thing. In 1975, a gap in the market was spotted. Soldiers in uniform who wanted McDonald's couldn't just walk in wearing their uniform. Army rules and regs prevented them. Starting in Arizona, the drive-thru made the perfect solution. You could bag a Happy Meal and be back at base in time to salute.
Oh my
15.
God.
Horse-drawn vacuum cleaners.
Horse-drawn.
It sounds like something from Monty Python, but it was all too real. Back in 1901, the first vacuum cleaner was unveiled in England by engineer Hubert Cecil Booth, and it was a little bigger than we're used to now. In fact, it needed petrol to operate and a horse to pull it along. Also, you vacuum from the outside.
Wait, a horse? Wait, why do you need a horse? What is the horse for? Do you guys, like, have to take the air from the horse's ass and then it, like, sucks up the suction from the floor? Or how does that work? How does that work? I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of confused, though.
The cleaner stayed in the street and the tubes had to be very long to reach the inside of the property. Kind of like Stanley's steamer, but a vacuum. Imagine hearing the sound of horses' hooves and knowing you're about to get your carpet cleaned.
Okay.
History is a weird beast at times.
Okay.
14. Women-only umbrellas. In the late 18th century, the explorer Jonas Hanway did something daring.
God damn, his cheap receipt. God. Okay. Jonas?
Ow. Open an umbrella. What was so daring about that? This was a terrible idea. Well, back then, umbrellas were something associated with women. You could have one if you were a man, but it was frowned upon. Because you weren't a real man unless you got soaked by a downpour.
Wow.
It seems. 13.
Okay, that's
religious websites and viruses. Here's something to make you think. A dodgy website is a surefire way to catch a virus. But a holier-than-thou religious site can be even worse.
Wow.
Research by the company Symantec revealed you're around 4 times more likely to pick up something nasty by surfing with your favorite deity.
What?
Save me, oh Lord! or pray for some decent.
Okay, I ain't gonna lie. These dad joke, like my nigga. It's like okay. It's like bro. I know, you know what I'm saying? I know you get, I know you start pushing 30, you start getting in that groove, but I'm like, damn, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? You got some young blood in you, don't you? Like, I'm just saying though, like you ain't bad.
Antivirus
ain't
software.
Bad,
12. Gravity does crazy things to your face.
Of course.
If you look at yourself in the mirror and you think that your nose or ears appear bigger than they should be, well, then the reason's probably gravity. We're used to thinking of the effects of gravity on other parts of our body, but this one is literally staring you in the face.
Wow.
11.
Okay.
Lobster cockroaches.
What the
Lobsters didn't always have a luxurious reputation.
What the
For example, up until the middle of the 18th century, Europeans weren't keen to eat them.
What the
Why? Because they were seen as scavengers, unclean creatures who feed off the bottom of the ocean.
What
Now, stick them on a plate with a lemon wedge and you can make a fortune. 10.
What?
Cherophobia.
Okay, what the fuck, bro?
Feeling happy, yet worried at the same time? Well, you're not alone. There's a name for what you might be experiencing, and that's cherophobia. It partly comes from the ancient Greek word rejoice, or chairo, a phobia of enjoyment. Sure, you're content. Don't get too comfy, though. It could be stolen from you at any moment.
Okay.
Cherophobia has been linked to feelings such as jealousy and guilt, not to mention fate working against you.
What the...
If this is what you're going through, then it's worth checking yourself out.
Oh,
9.
Okay, that's that. What is that? That's an everyday fact. Like what the? Oh, that's emotional. That's emotional shit.
Saliva bath. There's no getting away from saliva. It is always in your mouth. Sometimes it appears while you're
Pause.
sleeping. Why am I telling you these gross things? Not
Okay.
because I have an icky but fascinating fact. The amount of spit you produce between birth and death is equal to that of 53 bathtubs. Now I really need to take a bath.
Okay, like what does that have to do with life, bro? I can nut in 53 bathtubs before getting a ball of saliva in my mouth. Like what the fuck is that? That don't make no sense, bro. See, I'm talking about, you gotta start coming up with real facts. Like, how many times did it take for you to bust a nut consecutively throughout the day? That's the real shit we need to be talking about here. We need to be focusing on the important tasks at hand. This is not this is not, bro, y'all are laughing and shit. I'm being dead ass. This is not like chat.
Actually, you know what? I think I'll just jump in the shower instead. That's better. 8. The 26-minute shopping rule. How long does it take for a guy to lose interest whilst shopping with his partner?
Okay.
They worked it out. 26 minutes.
Wow.
Extensive browsing and feeling hungry are two major factors behind male boredom here, as highlighted in a 2013 study.
Okay.
7. Listen up, y'all. It's
What
one of
the
those
fu-
words you either find charming or irritating.
Okay.
Y'all. Where does it come from? Is it
Texas. Yo, chat. And the crazy thing about this is, bro, I'm gonna tell you niggas. Bro, chat. People from California don't say, like, I talked to somebody and she's from Cali. She literally said that y'all is a Texas thing. I'm like, what? So what you guys? So you guys mean to tell me you guys extend your word? You guys say you guys? That's like, nigga, that's too much, bro. That's an extension on your shit. Yo, chat, that's actually insane though. Like that, like for that much of an extension, it's like, god damn. You know what I'm saying?
an American word? And it actually dates back to 1631. At least that's the earliest known reference. The Fair Ethiopian by British poet William Lyle Bowes is the source. A section reads, "And this y'all know is true." The next reference is in the
What?
Oxford English Dictionary over 200 years later. 16.
Okay.
Larry, the Twitter bird.
What?
Elon Musk is the name behind the social media brand these days, but the first ambassador was a bird named Larry. Way before X, you had this sweet little tweeter who paid tribute to Larry Bird of the Boston Celtics.
What the?
The original Larry was a whole lot skinnier.
Okay.
I guess he ate like a bird. Over time, he was replaced by increasingly fatter looking logos before Musk finally flipped the bird in 2023. We still all refer to it as Twitter, by the way.
Okay, I don't know. That's not a fun that's not a fun fact. You tell Larry, nigga, that shit ain't fun. Bro, what, bro? Okay, no offense. Okay, respect to bro though. Okay, I love bro. I like what he's doing. It's fire. I ain't gonna lie, it's fire, chat.
5. The Jesus nut.
Yeah, I don't even want to watch this shit no more. But yo, what the fuck do you mean the Jesus nut? Yo, what?
You can find these not in a church, but in a helicopter. Connecting the rotor blades and the rest of the craft, it's a vital part of the structure. Why do they call it that? Well, should anything happen to it mid-flight, you may find yourself saying, Jesus.
Alright, bro. Like,
4.
What?
Fun with nose plugs.
Like,
Smell
bro,
is very
like,
important when it comes to how things taste.
What the fuck? Bro! These are not...
So, if you block your nostrils with a plug, then some pretty different tasting things would seem exactly the same, right? Take a potato and an onion. A mild taste and a super strong one. According to at least one expert, you'd munch through both without a problem. I guess the tastes would match, but the onion wouldn't make your eyes water? That's kind of actually a bit of a giveaway for a blind taste test, I'm thinking.
What, bro?
3.
Like
work
what?
versus war.
Huh?
Which is better, going to the office or to the battlefield? Maybe you work at a really unpleasant workplace, so who cares?
Okay.
One thing you should care about, however, is this stat. The chances of you dying en route to work are 3 times greater than if you were heading out for war. Your options for death are more limited in combat, perhaps. I guess I'd rather buy it under the wheels of a bus than from a sniper bullet or a landmine, though. I'd rather none of the above. I choose option C.
Okay,
2.
okay. Oh, work versus war. Okay, chat. It's like fun facts though. Okay, I like bro. I respect him. Like I'm not even trying to judge, but like I'm saying like work versus like wait what? Like I'm
High
confused.
heels for men. Earlier I talked about how umbrellas were seen as a women's thing. Well, high heels used to be preferred by men. Long before RuPaul's Drag Race.
Okay, holy shit. See, this I'm talking about. Hot, like y'all let this shit slide back in the day. I know this ain't a nigga. That boy got the meanest, longest Jerry curl known to centuries of man. Holy hell, straight 10 out 12. Oh my gosh, bro. Chad, like they all, bro. Chad, I refuse to believe. Like, was that the trend back then? Y'all all had Jerry curls. Yo, there's no way. There's no way, Chad.
10th century soldiers from Persia found that high heels kept you on your horse for longer. Your feet fit inside the stirrups better, meaning you can focus on fun things like cutting down your enemy with arrows. Fun.
Okay.
1. Zoning out is time consuming. Have you ever zoned out while someone is talking? Hopefully you haven't done it during this video, but if you have, then you know what? I don't mind. Some scientists believe that this is an important function of your brain. You may not be doing anything except staring into space, yet that doesn't mean your mind has switched off.
Okay.
It isn't exactly a good thing because you can miss details and get things completely wrong, but it's totally normal.
Okay.
And is as much a part of your thinking process as memorizing facts.
Right, for
so,
sure.
Did any of these facts shock or surprise you? Let me know in the comments below. Also, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and check out our social medias, including my personal ones, links in that description below.
Yes, sir.
Now, if you want to learn some really strange facts instead, and these fun ones, then check out another one of our videos, 25 Strangest Facts Guaranteed to Blow Your Mind.
Dude, that's facts, bro. You know one fact that blows my mind? That your ass ain't got a cut since you recorded this motherfucking video. Okay? No, I'm trolling. I'm trolling, y'all. I'm just playing.